Hello and welcome back to more IXL tutorials. We're going to be continuing on with circles today, going to IXL U2, which are central angles and arc measures. That's what we're dealing with today. So to start, right here, they give us a circle. And we have a few lines that go straight into the center of the circle. We can call these all radii or radiuses, right? That's all a radius, all the same length. And what we see here is we have three different angles. We have 120 degree angle right here, 150 degree angle right here, and angle T right here, which we will be finding soon. So these angles right here are all called central angles because they are angles at the center of a circle. And specifically, they are angles where all of the lines intersect at the center. So that is by definition a central angle. If this line and this line intersected up here, so it was more like this, that's not a central angle because it's not an angle that reflects the center of a circle. And so what's important to note is if we have a central angle here of 120 degrees, like is the case, then our arc up here, the measurement of this arc is going to be the exact same thing. So this is also going to be 120 degrees. And what we know about circles is all of the angles, all of the degree values have to add up to 360. So that means all of these central angles have to add up to 360, and all of the arc measurements have to add up to 360. So we'll look at the problem here. And it's asking for what the measure of angle QTS is. So we have angle QTS. So if it's angle QTS, then that middle letter T is going to be what we search for right here. That's going to be where the angle is referring to. So angle QTS is going to be this angle right here, angle T. Okay, well, like I said earlier, all of the angles have to add up to 360 in a circle. So all we're going to do is we're going to add up 120 degrees with 150 degrees with T, and that is going to add up to 360. So we'll just write that out real quick. We'll say 120 degrees plus 150 plus T equals 360 degrees. Okay. Some of you might be able to figure out what T is immediately just by doing the math in your head. That's great. I'm just going to work it out on paper here. So we have 120 plus 150. That's going to be 270 plus T equals 360. Okay. Now to get T by itself, we're going to get rid of the 270 degrees. So we'll subtract both sides. Cancels out to 0. Then we have T equals 360 minus 270 is going to be 90. So it's going to be a 90 degree angle right there. So we're going to go back this problem, type in 90, and that is going to be correct. Okay, this problem is the same thing. Gives us a circle, gives us three central angles, really gives us two, one of them is missing, and it asks us to find the measure for RQT, RQT. So it just wants us to find Q. The missing angle right there would just be 360 minus 110 minus 120. So I'll write that out real quick. It's another way you can think about it. So you can write it like everything has to equal 360 minus 120 minus 110, and that's going to equal Q. Okay, so 360 minus 120 is just 240 minus 110 equals Q. 240 minus 110 is just going to be 130 equals Q. So angle RQT is just going to equal 130 degrees. So 130 degrees. Okay, that's it. So I'll move on to the next step here. Same problem. Okay, same type of problem right here, except now we have some algebra we're going to work through. So we'll work through this problem. This, okay. So the same type of deal. We know that all three angles have to add up to 360. So we'll start with x plus 42 plus x plus 27 plus x plus 45 equals 360. Okay, now let's combine like terms. Let's start with the x's because that's very easy. We have an x right here, we have an x right here, we have an x right here. So we have three x's. So x plus x is just 3x. And then we'll do 42 plus 27. That's going to be 69. Plus our remaining 45 equals 360. Okay. 3x is by itself, so we'll just bring it down here. Plus, and then 69 plus 45 is going to be 114 equals 360. Okay. Now again, we want to get x by itself here, so we're going to subtract 114 from both sides. We're just left with 3x equals 360 minus 114 is 246. And now we just divide by 3 both sides. 3's cancel out, so we're left with x equals 246 divided by 3, just so I can check my work here. Use a quick calculator. It's 82. Yep. Not 8, yeah, 82. So when we plug 82 into these values right here, we actually come up with the real central angle measurements, but it's just asking for x. So we're not going to actually do that. So we're going to go back, type in 82, and that is correct. Okay, same deal right here. All four of those angles have to add up to 360, so I'll leave that alone. Same deal right there. All four of those angles have to add up to 360. So we'll do this one. Let's see. Okay. So we're going to go 3x plus 46 plus x plus 88 plus 12x minus 40 plus x plus 45 equals 360. Now we're just going to combine like terms, so we'll go back here, and we have 3x plus x plus 12x plus x. So 3x plus x will be 4x. So let's combine those two right there. And I'm going to combine these two over here. So plus 12x and plus x is 13x. 12x plus x is 13x. And then I'll combine some of the numbers now. So 46 plus 88 is 134. And then negative 40 plus 45, or 45 minus 40, is just positive 5. So plus 5 equals 360. Now we'll combine like terms again. 4x plus 13x is 17x, plus 135, or 134 plus 5 is 139, equals 360. Okay, now to get the x by itself, we'll start by getting rid of the 139. So we'll subtract both sides. 139. We'll have 17x equals 360 minus 139 is going to be 221. And then we just divide both sides by 17 to get x by itself. So we have x equals, and then 221 divided by 17 is 13. So x is going to be 13. Except, look what they're asking for. They're not asking for x. They're asking for the angle HKI. So we'll start here, H, go to K, and go to I. So it's asking for this angle right here. This is why you always need to ask or read what they're asking for. Understand what question you are answering. So it wants us to figure out what this angle is right here. Okay. Well, the angle is x plus 45. And we just figured out what x was, which is 13. So we'll plug 13 in. So 13 plus 45 is going to be 58. And that's going to be our real answer. Oof. Okay, that's 58. So we'll come back. We'll type in 58 degrees. And that's correct. Okay, good. I wanted to get a problem like this. I'm kind of surprised we haven't encountered one already. But so far, we've only been doing central angles, so the angles right here at the center of the circle. But remember what I said earlier. When we have our arc measures up here, these are the exact same as our central angles here. Okay, they're the exact same. So if this is x plus 68, this is also going to be x plus 68. So the same rule applies. This arc plus this arc plus this arc are all going to equal 360. So I'll do this one. 2. Okay. So we'll do x plus 68 plus x plus 68 plus 82 all equal to 360. Okay, like terms, so we have x plus x, which is 2x. 68 plus 68 is 136 plus 82 equals 360. Okay, we'll leave 2x alone. 136 plus 82 is going to equal 200 and let's see, I don't want to get this wrong. 136 plus 82 is 218 equals 36. Okay, now we're going to subtract 218 from both sides. We have 2x equals 360 minus 218 is just going to be 142. Divide both sides by 2. And we're left with x equals half of 142 is just 71. So x is 71 degrees. So we'll come back, do 71, and that is correct. Okay, that's pretty much it for the kind of problems you're going to encounter on U2. It's just adding all of the angles up to 360 degrees. Just pay attention to see if they are asking for x or if they're asking for a certain angle. Like this one is asking for the measure for U, S, v. So USV is asking for this one right here, x plus 22. Okay, so that's going to be it for U2. We're basically over to the 90 score range. And tune in later for more Circle IXL tutorials. Thank you and goodbye.